we're snowed in. We got our 8-foot drift behind us here. Her truck is drifted over. The old F-250 is running. It's drifted in. I got it to move maybe a foot, maybe 8 inches up here, but you can see, I mean, it's just buried up to the frame. And it hasn't moved. This is just what 30, 40 mile an hour winds all day yesterday did, because where I'm gonna fall. But all this is pretty clear. We're drifted in right there. Some of the yard is clear, but then over there, that's all about 5 feet deep. And the driveway here, especially getting out toward the gate, that's probably 2.5, 3 feet deep. We're gonna have to get to try to break through with the old F-250, but we got to get it out first, and to get it out, we're going to see if we can get the Dodge out. Come on, baby. Oh, look at that. That's impressive. To give you guys an idea of what we're really dealing with, this is where the tire was. That's what, eye level? Yeah. Now this needs to come out. So with the pickup out, my plan was to clear off the parking pad in front of the garage. This is as much snow as I've ever seen us get out here. I mean, it's overall, they said around 2 feet, 3 feet in most places. And it is heavy and wet. And as this stuff starts to melt, it's going to create a lot of mud and a lot of ice and take a long time to melt, just because it is really heavy. All right, found the limit of that one. The pickup with the plow is not an ideal tool for this job, but it's what I've got, so it's what we're using. Something with a loader would be a lot better. This snow is really heavy, really wet, and doesn't push well, especially when the plow is old and worn out and getting kind of tired. You can see here as I'm getting into the big part of this drift, the tall part, that's about as much as the truck can handle. So with a little space created by the house and the truck spinning more than it was pushing anything at that point, I decided to go down and start digging my way through the driveway. Now, because this snow is so heavy and so wet, I can't just push straight through it. Maybe if I had a V-plow, but with this type of blade, I'm having to grab it and shove it off to the side, which is a little risky, because there is an 8-inch to maybe 14-inch at the most drop off on the side of my driveway. And that was definitely not the last time I would get the F-250 stuck. Take a guess down in the comments below how many times we had to pull it out the day we were trying to get all this dug clear. The snow is not super deep right here where we're starting at, and we've got a lot of space behind us to get better maneuvering angle, because there is about a foot drop off on each side of my driveway. And if I get too close to that, well, you saw what happens. So we pulled it out again, and I went back to trying to shove the snow past the ditch without putting the tire in the ditch, and had mixed results, you could say. It would be great if I could just push straight through it, but it's too heavy for that. And as I'm digging my way toward the mailbox, I'm actually digging into a lower area in the yard, and the snow is getting deeper because it's drifted in a lot more heavily than what it was up by the house. And because I'm further down this pathway in the snow that I really can't make any wider, my maneuvering area is getting a lot more limited the further I go. And as you can see, my plow is riding up over the snow about as much as it is digging in and biting in and pushing it. So after pulling it out for, how many times was this? All right, so I dug on this with the pickup for a couple of hours. I got to probably right about there. I mean, it's about 2 feet where I'm at now, and as we get down here closer to the gate, you can see it's all the way up the gate. It's essentially up to the dumpster almost. And if you'll notice from the piling and the tracks, while I was digging this way, a neighbor down the road has a full-size John Deere construction backhoe, and he dug out the road. All of this has been opened up once already at this point, and you can see just from the wind coming across the field how it drifts back in so quickly. And because this is a privately owned road, the county doesn't plow out here. It's up to the people that live here to keep their road open. But that's just part of living here. And even in town, they got hammered just as hard as we did. The city and county crews were out cleaning nonstop for days. It is really cold, so I'm going to try to be quick. It is a few weeks after the clips you just saw. This is April 21st, I think. The weather cleared up and got nice for a few days. Then we got a snowstorm a couple of nights ago that dumped about 3 inches on the ground and made some of the roads pretty sketchy for a while. And now it's just cold and windy. So welcome to spring in Wyoming. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you enjoyed this, and more later.